Non-linear JRPGs are my jam. The systems within the genre allow me to take on an adventure how I see fit, and there are reasons to play again for new endings. However, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like the Pyramid-developed Hero Must Die Again. This is a game that requires not only multiple playthroughs, but also a player who doesn't mind a little frustration when it comes to a unique experience.
あんたが私にナイアガラを渡した理由が、たとえ血を流しても未来は自分の手で切り開け。そう言いたかった。
Hero Must Die Again begins at the end. The hero of our adventure is about to face off against the Demon Lord in an epic battle. You're all powerful in this fight with the most robust equipment and items at your disposal. The battle ends with a blast, and you die. With the Demon King destroyed, the region is restored to peace. However, their hero has been sent to heaven. While this might be the end of the adventure for some games, Hero Must Die Again doesn't end here. The hero is given a second chance from a helping angel. He will have 5 days to find the love of his life who he's completely forgotten, and tie up any loose ends. The only downside of this is that in the end of the 5 days, he will die once again. It's probably impossible to do everything you have to do in 5 days, but luckily some progress does transfer over after the angel gives you an additional 5 days each time you die. How the player spends their time once they are revived is up to them, but everything you do will run the clock down. This includes exploring and traveling from one place to another. Your first 5 days will most likely be a train wreck. As time depletes, the hero becomes weaker. This reversed effect requires the player to slowly equip weaker equipment as the hero loses power and abilities. It sounds strange, but it makes sense within the context of the adventure. One playthrough can last anywhere from 1 to 5 hours depending on how you spend your time. To get through everything, I would say 7 playthroughs are required to get the true ending. Each time you die, you can watch your funeral where everyone you met or helped during your 5 days will show up and let you know what you did. It's a way to not only show your progress, but also understand what you've completed within that time limit. The game loop, as addictive as it is, can be rather frustrating at times given the haphazard nature of the characters and events. Some events are just random and don't always trigger the same way during each playthrough. This makes it extremely tough to plan your routes when starting a new life because you can't anticipate the random nature. You'll return to dungeons many times across playthroughs, even though their themes change, they are all pretty much the same. With that said, spending time getting lost and figuring out what you can do each route is a good use of your time during the first few lives. But you've got to be ready for anything thrown at you. It's possible to run into a secret boss during the last day alive, which means you'll be extremely weak and will probably die in one hit. However, it's possible to add new characters to your party who will greatly help you. These characters each have a story and a reason for joining your short cause. They definitely add a layer of charm to the narrative that keeps each playthrough interesting. Each character can also be given gifts to increase your relationship with them if you want to settle down and possibly romance someone. However, romance in the game is tied to the mission structure, so you'll have to manage your time if you really have your eyes set on one of the heroines. Each route focuses on one of the girls, but since finding the love of your life is your true mission, you'll have to keep trying until that's completed. The conclusion was a surprise and definitely made my time navigating the world well worth it. The battle system is turn-based where characters take actions to attack or use magic. Throughout each life, battles become more difficult as your hero becomes weaker. With the addition of other characters, it's possible to get through most of the grunt interactions, but bosses will always pose a problem. If the hero falls, it's a 6-hour penalty, but thankfully some items avoid battle and even send you out of the dungeons. This is all the information that you won't understand during your first few lives, but everything helps when you're trying to save as much time as possible. The narrative of Hero Must Die Again is extremely good and delivered in small, easy to digest bits. The quests are simple to understand, but since you'll be playing over multiple playthroughs, you'll also be reading the same conversation over and over again. As you get closer to the true ending, everything you have done up to the final encounter comes together for a satisfying ending. The 3D graphics aren't anything that'll blow you away, but they do fit the game's theme perfectly. During the dialogue, character illustrations are all unique, and the possible love interests are adorable. Being a game developed for the Vita, Hero Must Die Again looks and runs great on PC. It should also be mentioned that Kenji Ito composed the soundtrack for the game, and it is brilliant. I loved each and every one of the tracks played, and the adventure was made better because of it.
せめてあなたが救ったこの国の各地を巡り、もしも何かお困りの時はすぐに私にご相談ください。 全力でご支援いたします。
Hero Must Die Again is a unique, non-linear JRPG that takes chances on players being capable of learning and navigating through its systems. Without much hand-holding, each playthrough enables the player to become more capable of handling whatever the game throws at them, even if that comes at the cost of dying multiple times. The problem is how the game keeps the player organized, which is the hardest thing to do considering events are somewhat random. Still, this is a game that I'm glad came west, as it is pretty much comfort food for fans of the genre that takes some huge chances on game design, which pays off in the long run. Noisy Pixel is giving Hero Must Die Again an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review on noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.